In recent years, Japan has been witnessing a storm of wild boars spreading everywhere. From deep forests to vibrant entertainment areas, this is not just a simple problem of animal invasion, but also an unexpected challenge for the whole community. Wild boars suddenly attack people, especially when they are skiing, causing dangerous and unpredictable accidents. Wild boars often appear not only in peri-urban areas but also invade residential areas, causing serious problems such as destroying crops and damaging streets. If you want to know how to solve the wild boar problem in Japan, please leave number 1 below in the comments section. The main cause of this problem is population aging, leading to many rural areas being abandoned, creating favorable conditions for wild boars to reproduce rapidly. They freely roam the streets and often rush like crazy into vehicles, causing accidents and damaging cars. Wild boars also cause traffic congestion, create chaos in the neighborhood, and do not hesitate to attack police officers. To control the situation, these people often use nets and screens to capture wild boars, and in some cases, they are successful in doing so. Not only that, wild boars also destroy crops, causing great economic loss to farmers. Faced with the serious problems that wild boars have caused, Japanese farmers are applying many measures to deal with wild boars, such as traps, guns, and hunting dogs. Wild boar foot trapping is an effective method to control wild boar numbers. This type of trap uses a strong metal clip to grip the boar's leg when they step on the bait. Strong clamping force will cause wild boars to be injured and unable to move, making it easier for trappers to approach and handle. Special traps called wild boar nose traps are used to control the wild boar population. This type of trap uses a wire or steel cable attached to a sharp metal bar. When the wild boar steps on the rope, the metal bar will pierce the pig's nose, causing injury and panic. In Japan, some farmers use hunting rifles to kill wild boars, especially when the pigs cause damage to farms or agricultural lands. The presence of wild boars can cause many problems, such as destroying land, destroying crops, and threatening human safety. However, the use of guns to hunt wild boars must comply with legal and safety regulations, ensuring that the killing of pigs takes place effectively and at the same time does not pose a danger to people and other livestock. Hunting dogs have become indispensable companions in hunting wild boars. With the ability to detect scent and flexibility, they easily move in the jungle, following the trail of hard-to-find prey. As the hunters entered cautiously, dogs led the way, their bark signaling the arrival of wild boar ahead. With cooperation and natural hunting skills, the bond between human and hunting dog grows stronger, creating an exhilarating hunting experience. The use of cage traps to catch pigs in Japan is a popular method that has been used for a long time. Cage traps are usually made from natural materials such as bamboo, wood, or steel, and are designed to automatically close when the pig enters. When prey is caught in the trap, it activates a door mechanism that closes itself, keeping the pig in the trap until the hunter returns to collect it. This method is considered effective and does not cause damage or pain to the animal, and helps people control the number of wild pigs in a sustainable way. In addition, they also plant unattractive plants for wild boars and surround the fields with nets to prevent their entry. Some other potential solutions include sterilizing wild boars, relocating them to safe areas, and increasing people's awareness of how to prevent wild boars. And encourage everyone to participate in control efforts, so they can share information about how to take safe and effective measures to protect food sources and habitats. Please share your opinion below in the comments section or comment on the video if you consider wild boars to be a threat to people. If you disagree, leave a 0 in the comments section. Canada geese perform seasonal migrations. The migration cycle begins from their breeding grounds in North America, as they move to their wintering areas in the south in the fall and return in the spring. They often migrate in large flocks, up to thousands at a time. Herds, after traveling long distances, often cover a few hundred miles. In case of severe weather, they can also move to areas with more favorable living conditions. It is their habit to regularly gather in grasslands and swamps, where there are abundant food sources and favorable living conditions. However, their presence on tree bark and leaves can reduce the tree's fertility, causing particularly serious impacts not only on young trees but also on mature trees. The negative impact of invasive geese not only affects biodiversity, but also reduces the natural regeneration capacity of the environment. This situation extends to native animals as they compete fiercely for food and shelter. This competition leads to the decline of native animals and creates a series of fluctuations in the ecological structure of the population. With the rapidly growing invasive goose population, millions of people each year are forcing governments to take measures to deal with the population. Choosing a hunting location becomes an important part of carrying out these measures in the most effective way. Large fields with lots of grass and food sources are ideal destinations for flocks of geese. A popular tactic for hunting Canada geese is to use dummies, placing them high up so they can be easily seen from the air. This process usually takes place early in the morning, before the geese begin to appear. Once the hunters have chosen a hunting location, Placing the mannequin creates favorable conditions for them to observe the movements of the herd. Before starting the hunting process, the most important thing is to prepare all the necessary tools and skills.
Shoot him, boy!
The most common handguns are ball-bearing, have 12 or 20 gauge barrels, and use Lee bullets, which is a popular choice for this type of gun. Binoculars are used to see from a distance while you hide, helping you hide your location from the attention of geese. Hunting skills are the deciding factor in success or failure, especially when you face long distances. The ability to aim accurately is very important. After shooting, it is important to harvest goose carcasses immediately to ensure meat quality and avoid waste. In compliance with local regulations and with a valid hunting license, marsh goose hunting is a popular activity in the United States. Canada geese are the most popular goose species hunted. Swamp goose hunting is quite similar to field goose hunting. However, it is necessary to choose goose models that can float in the water or be fixed with 3 branches. Establishing this acquisition model requires setting a time period when implementation remains uncertain. Placing a small goose model in a large area can attract more geese. In swampy areas, you can only hide in areas with large trees or boats to wait for geese to hunt. Hunters need to wait patiently for the geese to arrive, because geese often migrate to the marsh in the early morning or late afternoon. The hunter needs to shoot at the goose in a dangerous situation so that the goose immediately faints and falls. After the goose falls, it can be moved and harvested without affecting the quality of the goose. To be able to control goose populations most effectively, it is necessary to know their behavior. Hunting is an effective means of controlling goose populations. However, Hunting can only control the goose population to a certain extent without the need for other measures. Rabbit meat farms in the United States are mainly concentrated in warm climates, especially the states of California, Iowa, Oregon, and Pennsylvania. The way rabbits are raised on these farms is quite similar to modern chicken farming models, often done in the AE cage system, with the cage floor not covered. No lining is used to cover the rabbit's waistline in the cage, making it easy for them to escape. Rabbit food is very diverse, from green vegetables and fruits to concentrated foods and supplements. Most foods provide vitamins, fiber and minerals, such as corn, wheat and oats, ensuring your rabbit has enough energy. Rabbits have short reproductive cycles, with a gestation period of about 5 to 6 months and a nursing period of about 30 days per litter. Each litter of female rabbits can give birth to 6 to 12 babies, depending on nutrition and care. The best temperature for raising rabbits is between 18 and 24 degrees Celsius, as high or low temperatures can affect their health and productivity. The weight of rabbits reaches from 2.5 to 3 kilograms. Approximately 5 kilograms of rabbit meat can be harvested depending on market demand in Europe. France is the largest rabbit farming country in Europe, with a production range of 2 million tons per year. While the United States is the largest rabbit farming country nationally with 1.5 million tons annually. The number of rabbits in each farm depends on the size. From a few hundred to a few thousand, each farm can harvest from 100 to 200 tons of rabbit meat per year, with prices ranging from $454 to $681 each time, depending on quality and market demand. Therefore, each rabbit farm can bring in from $1 to $3 million annually. However, there are still many people who do not like this type of meat. First of all, the unique taste of rabbit meat makes many people not choose to eat it. Second, the price of rabbit meat is often higher than other types of meat. Third, rabbit meat is not popular in many grocery stores, even though rabbit meat is considered a healthy food, high in protein and low in fat and cholesterol. However, its different flavor compared to other popular meats makes it unfamiliar to many people. Regarding enjoying rabbit meat, what do you think? I think you will like it very much. Processing rabbit meat in the United States is a fairly complex process, starting when the rabbit is transported to the meat plant. Rabbits are usually transported by truck or container, ensuring safety during transportation. Before processing begins, rabbits must undergo quality control factors such as weight, age, health, and meat quality being carefully assessed. Processing then continues with the separation of the skin. Rabbit skins are not only discarded, but are also used to make leather goods as display items. Bags containing rabbit offal should not be overlooked, whether they are removed mechanically or manually, and can be used to produce animal feed or compost. The rabbit meat is then washed with salt water or clean water to ensure hygiene. The next step is to cut off the rabbit's feet for easier packaging and shipping. Rabbit stew is one of the traditional dishes in America. It is not only delicious, but also brings warmth to cold days. Simply prepared from stewed rabbit meat with vegetables such as carrots, potatoes, and onions. This dish not only brings delicious flavor, but also retains American tradition. First, wash the rabbit meat and cut it into bite-sized pieces. Carrots, potatoes, onions, garlic, and celery are also prepared. Next, marinate the rabbit meat with salt, minced garlic, and black pepper for about 30 minutes. Then put the rabbit meat in a pot. Pour water to cover the meat and stew for 1 hour. Add carrots, potatoes, onions, and celery to the pot and continue to simmer for another 30 minutes. After that, you can pour a little red wine and chicken broth into the pot. Boil to taste and stew for another 15 minutes until the rabbit meat and vegetables are soft. Finally, scoop the rabbit stew into a bowl and enjoy while it's still hot. To make the meal more rich and attractive, you can combine stewed rabbit with rice or bread and add other vegetables such as mushrooms or peas. Do you know about the Formosan squirrel? If so, please leave number 2 in the comments section. Formosan squirrels, also known as Taiwanese squirrels, are exotic animals that cause a lot of damage to the Japanese ecosystem. They were introduced to Japan in the early 20th century and are now proliferating in many areas, especially in Kamakura City. Formosan squirrels are omnivores. They can consume a variety of foods, from seeds, fruits, insects to even tree bark. The diversity of their diet impacts native animals, causing fierce competition for food. This not only affects the survival of native animals, but also causes significant damage to people's crops and gardens. Formosan squirrels are one of the main causes of the population decline of Japan's native bird species. They eat eggs and young birds, making it difficult for these birds to reproduce and develop. Formosan squirrels can carry pathogens, endangering the health of humans and other animals. Some diseases carried by Formosan squirrels include rabies, scabies, and Powassan virus disease. The Japanese government has implemented many measures to control the Formosan squirrel population. In particular, hunting is considered the most effective measure to reduce the number of Formosan squirrels. The Mainichi newspaper reported that local authorities in 2000 launched a plan to capture and destroy squirrels. Still, squirrel numbers continue to increase. reaching an estimated high of 1,571 squirrels in 2018. Officials say that number will soon be surpassed this year, with 1,533 squirrels caught in just 8 months. First month of 2023. In addition, they also use traps to capture Formosan squirrels alive and relocate them to other areas, helping to limit the spread of this animal. The local government of Kamakura has proposed additional budget allocations to fund a campaign against the squirrel species. Including providing local residents with trap cages and posting signs requesting tourists not to feed animals. Squirrel meat is a unique and nutritious dish, loved for its delicious taste and high nutritional value. With its light pink color and soft texture, squirrel meat is not only rich in protein, but also contains many important vitamins and minerals, such as vitamin B12, B6, potassium and iron. In particular, squirrel meat is low in fat and cholesterol, making it an ideal choice for people who want to maintain a healthy diet or have heart health problems. Have you ever tried this squirrel meat dish? Please share your opinion in the comments section below. Bear hunting in Japan is a traditional and strictly regulated activity, with the hunting season defined from November to February of the following year. However, the specific time may vary depending on the locality and bear species. To participate in this activity, hunters must have a valid license issued by local authorities. Bear hunting in Japan is not just a sporting activity, but also part of the country's long-standing culture and tradition. However, it is also a challenging activity and requires careful preparation along with strict adherence to safety regulations. Rifles, bows and spears are common tools that hunters use to hunt bears in Japan. Rifles are often popular because of their long-range shooting ability and high accuracy. Bows and arrows are used in areas with complex terrain, while spears are suitable for deep forest areas. Hunting and wading are the two main methods favored by hunters. Hunting requires tracking bears, using traces such as footprints and droppings to find their location. Hunters then proceed to shoot bears when they are discovered. Meanwhile, standby hunters often place bait in places where bears often appear and wait for them to approach the bait before making a shot. This method requires patience and skill to choose the most effective location and approach. However, it should be noted that this activity is not without risks, and compliance with safety regulations is very important. This includes wearing protective gear, staying in contact for help, and not hunting alone. Compliance with these regulations not only protects hunters, but also keeps hunting in a safe and responsible environment. Meanwhile, the debate over bear hunting continues. But this diverse perspective is part of a broader scrutiny of striking a balance between environmental conservation and human needs. Bear hunting in Japan is not just about catching prey, but also about respecting and protecting the natural environment. The green Anali lizard, also known as the Carolina lizard, is becoming a worrying problem in Japan's ecosystem. This lizard species, introduced to the country in the early 20th century, is spreading and multiplying in many areas across the country. Their uncontrolled increase is creating a new challenge in protecting Japan's biodiversity. The green Anali lizard, an exotic animal, has become a threat to Japan's ecosystem. This lizard, being a carnivore, consumes a large number of insects, including those that are beneficial to the ecosystem. Competition between green Anali lizards and native lizards, especially tokay lizards, is fierce over food and habitat. Eliminating green Anali lizard habitat by eradicating areas with lots of trees and bushes, where they often seek refuge and live, can help reduce the spread of this species. By eliminating habitat sites, we can reduce the opportunity for green Anali lizards to expand their territory and harm native species. Using traps to control green Anali lizard populations is another effective method. Traps can be placed in spots where they commonly appear and use attractive materials or food to attract them into the trap. In this way, we can effectively reduce the number of green Anali lizards in the area and limit the uncontrolled growth of this species. In Japan, the problem of alien monkeys is emerging as a significant challenge. According to Ms. Yamazaki, a resident of Chiba Prefecture, east of Tokyo, the area near her home is facing an increasing number of these monkeys. These monkeys often escape from zoos or wildlife parks, then interbreed with local monkey populations, causing genetic and behavioral variation in local monkeys. The consequences of this crossbreeding can cause many negative problems. The first is biodiversity loss, as hybrid monkey populations compete with native monkey species, leading to a decline in their numbers. The second is a change in monkey behavior, as some hybrid monkeys may carry aggressive or destructive genes from other alien monkey species, posing a danger to humans and property. Finally, imbalances in local ecosystems may also occur, as changes in the monkey's genetics and behavior may affect the relationships between them and other flora and fauna. To solve this problem, measures should be taken to control and prevent monkey escapes by increasing security at zoos and wildlife parks, and control the number of hybrid monkeys by capturing and relocating them from native monkey habitats. Everyone needs to raise community awareness about the harmful effects of hybrid monkeys and how to prevent them. The hybrid monkey problem is a serious problem that needs to be carefully considered and resolved to protect local ecosystems and biodiversity. Research and control measures are being deployed to deal with this situation, and community cooperation is key in this process. Let's contribute together to protect the ecosystem by solving the hybrid monkey problem. Moving on to another topic, let's explore frog farms in Vietnam to discover the process of transforming frog eggs into delicious frog legs for the dinner table. The mating process involves injecting female and male frogs with an aphrodisiac to stimulate mating. They are then released into separate tanks that have been prepared for mating and egg laying. Frogs begin the mating process by emitting unique sounds to attract partner frogs. The male grasps the female from behind in a mating position, releasing sperm as the female lays the eggs. On average, it takes 1 to 3 weeks for frog eggs to hatch into larvae, water animals with gills. Through metamorphosis, the larvae become young frogs, also known as young frogs or frog larvae, with lungs, legs, and a shape similar to adult frogs. In the frog farming process, farmers must separate young frogs into different tanks or areas to manage growth, monitor health, prevent overcrowding, and provide optimal conditions for growth. Periodic cleaning of the tank or equipment surface to prevent algae or bacteria buildup is common. Commercial frog foods often use high-quality ingredients to ensure optimal nutrition. These ingredients may include fish balls, soybeans, grains, vitamins, minerals, and other additives necessary for the frog's health and growth. The pellets are designed to float on water, making them easily accessible to both live and semi-live frogs. Harvesting frogs usually occurs when they reach the desired size or stage of development. Frogs are caught and placed in mesh bags, each bag containing about 15 to 20 kilograms of frogs. Let's follow the process of catching frogs and the satisfaction of farmers during the harvest process. Besides Vietnam, frogs are also raised in France, Indonesia, Thailand, America, and especially China. In the United States, frogs are raised on a small scale and are often used for research purposes. Frog bags are weighed before being transported to the market or processing plant. Their plant frogs are killed, skinned, and their legs cut off. Once the legs were collected, they were washed and immersed in a cold water bath at 7 degrees Celsius to remove any remaining blood. The frog's legs are then trimmed with scissors to remove remaining skin organs and blood stains. After washing, the frog legs are transferred to the freezing line. They are arranged in layers, not overlapping each other. The temperature of frog legs after freezing needs to reach -8 degrees Celsius. Finally, the frog legs are packaged according to the weight required by the customer.